Hello and welcome to this week's edition of CTN Community Update. Rainy weather forced the cancellation of the first summer meeting this week, but Mother Nature didn't stop a new mobile recreation program from making its debut. On Wednesday morning, we found more than 30 kids taking part in Rec on the Spot at Prairie Oaks Park. From games and coloring to a little friendly competition, there's a variety of things to do for kids ages 5 and up. A mobile unit and 4 dedicated recreation department staff members are making the program possible.
It's exciting to see which parks have kids who want to come out. It's also a great opportunity for parents to program around it, and possibly they can even save some money on some of their daycare costs and different programming that they're signed up for, and come out and enjoy an hour and a half of free programming.
Rec on the Spot visits 6 city parks on a rotating basis on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, except the week of the 4th of July. No pre-registration is required. You can find the schedule for Rec on the Spot by logging onto the city's website and checking out the city calendar toward the bottom of the homepage. While you're there, you may notice the website looks a bit different. The new look was launched this week, and the site is more user-friendly for residents. Icons for some of the most popular requests are near the top of the homepage. The web address is the same, coonrapidsmn.gov. The city is looking to the state for help funding a proposed pedestrian bridge over Coon Rapids Boulevard. The bridge, which has a price tag of $4.5 million, is proposed near Avocet Street in Port Riverwalk. The city was unsuccessful in securing federal funds last year through the Met Council. So last week, the City Council approved a resolution of support to seek funding for the project in next year's bonding bill at the state capitol. Improvements planned to Coon Rapids Boulevard in the Port Riverwalk area are on hold for now due to higher than expected costs. Last week, the City Council rejected the lone bid for the project, which came in at nearly $6 million. That was 34% higher than the engineer's estimate for the project, which calls for new traffic signals at both Egret Boulevard and Avocet Street, as well as roadway improvements, new sidewalks, decorative street lighting, and landscaping. The project will be reevaluated and rebid at a later date. Anoka County Board Chair Scott Schulte delivered the State of the County address this week. He says local residents have some of the lowest property taxes in the state thanks to creative budgeting and grants obtained by the county. Schulte addressed current budget pressures, how the county is investing in infrastructure, and several capital projects.
Another big project in the works for some of our most heavily utilized buildings is the expansion of the Coon Rapids License and Passport Center. The specifics for this expansion haven't been ironed out just yet, but when this plan moves forward, the centers will be able to better accommodate all who use them.
A big capital project currently wrapping up is the renovation of the Centennial Library. The $6 million project has doubled the size of the library, which will celebrate its grand reopening on June 29th. Anoka County has a new leader. Rhonda Sivaraja took over the post as county administrator this week following the retirement of Jerry Soma on Tuesday. Soma served as county administrator since 2011, but his career in Anoka County goes back many decades. CTN's Jennifer Anderson sat down with Soma to talk about his 52 years of service.
As a group, we're helping people every day.
Looking back isn't something Jerry Soma does often. His career at Anoka County has been filled with growth and change.
I really believe in moving around, doing things differently, and I just had the ability to stay in one place and do it.
In 1966, Coon Rapids was on the cusp of a housing boom. Families were moving in, and Soma took a job as a probation officer for Anoka County, officed out of the Coon Rapids Police Station.
Let me tell you, I was pretty green when I started. I think sometimes what we try to do is keep molehills from becoming mountains.
As the county grew, Soma grew with it.
When I started, the corrections department had 5. I was the 5th staff person. Today we have 231 staff. Our budget when I started was $35,000. Today it's $25 million. So that's just in corrections.
Soma became director of the corrections department and later manager of the entire human services division. He took over the post of county administrator in 2011.
The best part of what we have is the people that work here. These are hardworking people that are dedicated, They know they're here to help people.
Soma helped hire Michael Roth many years ago and served as a great mentor and friend.
Mission-oriented, but also people-centered. So he gets the job done, but he also takes care of the people that work for him.
His 5-decade-long career has made an impact. Soma helped launch programs like Partners for Family Success, which brings multiple departments together to help families in crisis with a team approach, and ETP, a long-term treatment and counseling program to help women and mothers overcome meth addictions.
We're a big enough county where we have resources, but we're small enough where we talk to each other. I mean, everything we do improves people's lives. So I'm just one of many that make that happen.
For CTN Update, I'm Jennifer Anderson.
Soma plans to spend time at his lake home and volunteer. He says he's interested in providing services to seniors. Soma's replacement, Rhonda Sivaraja, previously worked for Anoka County as a human services supervisor and most recently served as chair of the Anoka County Board. More Minnesotans are buckling up, according to information released this week by the Minnesota Department of Public Safety. In fact, a recent Click It or Ticket campaign netted a record low number of seatbelt citations, with just over 4,600 tickets statewide. That's a 37% decrease from 5 years ago. The most recent data from last year shows 92% of drivers in Minnesota are buckling up. Last weekend, 93 professional truck drivers put their talents behind the wheel into high gear to complete a challenging obstacle course. CTN's Dan Carpenter takes us to the Minnesota Truck Driving Championships and shows us what it takes to come out on top.
Sometimes you feel like you're a little bit on an island out there. It's kind of me against the world.
Got some hard competition.
You get here and guys that at the beginning of the competition you don't even know, now all of a sudden you're friends with, you're exchanging tales of tough roads.
These men and women represent the best truck drivers from 27 companies.
The guys are trying to get to the nationals.
To get there,
20,
they'll have to earn the best score
45.
by navigating this obstacle course in Coon Rapids with precision.
That is correct.
Truck driving is a job that doesn't get a lot of attention day to day. It doesn't get a lot of kudos from the public. And yet what they do is so essential to be able to demonstrate it among their peers in a competition like this. It's thrilling.
The closer competitors get to these cones,
Maddening.
the higher the score.
You have to go through 6 problems. You have to keep moving forward. You can't just stop and do it again and again. So it's trying to be perfect every time. That's nerve-wracking.
I couldn't judge where my wheel was.
Not to be left out
Curve to the left, back to the right, then back it up.
were future truck drivers.
Go through the zigzag serpentine.
Little kids, get them interested in trucking.
Go!
As we all know, they're always looking for drivers out there.
Yeah, good job, Ellie.
The Minnesota Truck Driving Championships only allow those who haven't had an accident within the last year to participate.
You can drive safely around trucks because they're the safest drivers on the road, but you got to do 3 things. Don't cut them off, don't tailgate, don't hang in the blind spots.
A test for those who climb behind the wheel every day.
What do you get? 50?
And strive to be the best.
It makes them safer, it makes the industry safer, makes the public safer. It's a win-win-win for everyone.
Dan Carpenter for CTN Update.
The top drivers from 9 truck classes go on to represent Minnesota at the National Truck Driving Championships in Pennsylvania in mid-August. A Lyft driver from Coon Rapids is an instant millionaire after playing Mega Millions last week. Kojo Iowonio matched the first 5 numbers drawn to win $1 million. He purchased the winning ticket at the gas station in Eden Prairie and says he plans to use some of his prize money for a local nonprofit he started last year that provides clean water to people living in Africa. So good for him. All right, that brings us to the end of the show, thankfully for my voice here. We're going to leave you today with the Dirty Shorts Brass Band, which performed Thursday night at the Coon Rapids Dam. Have a great weekend.